So this is going to be a more strange video. This mower I've been using for a little while. I'm going to review it later, but you can hear the beeping, okay? It's beeping because no one's sitting in the seat. So if I go to push down on there, now it thinks someone's sitting in the seat. Now you're probably wondering, okay, well, why is the mower powered on? Well, the mower's powered on because I have an inverter plugged into it. And this is a inverter that Ryobi makes for the 80-volt battery system. There's two 80-volt batteries in here. So the inverter just plugs into the charging port, and I can plug an extension cord and actually run the lights. So this cord goes all the way up here in my very safe, definitely approved electrical work and powers that light fixture. So my entire garage now has light. The problem is that after this lawnmower has been sitting for, what I'd assume is probably 30 to 60 seconds, it starts endlessly beeping. If I turn the ignition off, it turns off the inverter, which is really annoying because I want the inverter to run. I don't need the mower to run. I just need the inverter to run off the 80 volts batteries. Now I can plug, there it goes again. So how do you fix this? This is endless beeping. This is a 10-pound weight. Got to find that right spot in there. You got to trip that sensor into thinking someone's sitting there. If I had a heavier weight, which I do, I just don't feel like carrying it out here, but a heavier weight would, well, that would work a lot better than a 10-pound weight. But it is really annoying that I have to leave a weight on the seat, which is just going to stretch out the vinyl in that area anyway. It's not even good for the seat. There's no way to turn the beeping off. I wish there was a way to turn the beeping off in this mower. If there is, and if any of you know how to turn the beeping off, please let me know, because the beep drives me crazy. If I'm trying to work at night, I can turn on these headlights. They're very bright. It lights up the whole area, especially if I'm just chopping wood or something. And I like being able, oh, nope, there it goes, that didn't work. Hey, future me editing here. So I was not able to get the weight to put enough pressure on the seat to trip the sensor. If you have a heavy enough weight, it will work, it'll trip the sensor. But here in a moment, you'll see my short-term solution that actually kind of worked. So I lifted up the seat and unplugged the sensor, and there's two pins inside of here, and I'm like, more than likely it just has to bridge an electrical connection. So I found this little screw, not screw, a nail that was laying on the ground, and let's see if I can get this back in there with one hand. There we go. It's like the perfect size. It fits right between the two pins. The moment I put it in there, it stopped beeping. So if I just splice those two wires together, in theory, I will never have a beeping problem again. In a way, I don't want to do that, because if I were to actually fall off this mower while it was running, then I do want it to automatically turn off. So it's a safety feature, and I don't really want to get rid of that safety feature, but I do want the beeping to stop. Well, this might be the solution. Simply disconnect it, put a little piece of metal in there, bridge that connection, and then now I can just kind of let it sit here, and it should be happy and stop beeping. That way I can work on this unit while I'm in the garage with the light, because it's supposed to rain pretty soon, so I don't want to be, outside in the rain while I'm trying to get that wash machine up and running. So yeah, so far this works. It's not a permanent solution, but I mean, I can just leave it there, and now I have light, and now I can run the inverter off of the Ryobi batteries. And I do have another Ryobi inverter I could have used instead. I just wanted to try this one out. Move this down back over here. So far that is working very well. But that's really the only update I'm gonna share with you guys on this. I'll probably do something a little bit more permanent, maybe even installing a switch where you can just toggle the switch to turn the beeping on and off. That way, whenever I'm riding it and using it, I can just have the switch in the on position where it will beep, and then in the event I'm just gonna leave it stationary, I can hit the switch off and just turn it off entirely.